In an era where digital communication has become second nature, social media platform has given rise to a new breed of culture curators, social media influencers. Now, these individuals possess the power to sway opinions, shape trends, and foster communities across various niches, from fashion and wellness to travel and activism. Their impact goes far beyond simple endorsements. They can inspire change, spark conversations, and connect people with shared passions. Now, on the show today, I'm joined by someone that goes by the name Vivian Chikodi Ihezue. I hope I didn't murder your surname. An influential voice in the social media realm. And she'll be discussing this with us today. Vivian, thank you for joining me on the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chimodu. You actually got my name correctly.
At least if I fail that one, I think maybe we'll need to get to the east to, I'll need to begin to pay fine. Now, let me ask you this question. Let's start from here. Now, what first drew you to social media, and how did you transition into becoming an influencer?
Okay, so I joined the Facebook app after my secondary school when I first gained admission into the university. So I joined that one on my own. But X, it was my cousin that introduced me to X. She was just scrolling through her phone and smiling and laughing at tweets and responding and all of that. Yeah. So I had to ask her, what are you doing? What kind of app is that? And she told me X. And that was how I downloaded the app and I started tweeting when it was called Twitter. So I enjoyed every moment of it. But then one day, I don't know, I've forgotten what I tweeted as at then, but I saw myself in another blog, Port Harcourt Specials. They collected my tweets and it didn't. I was like, what is going on here? How does this happen? It was actually one of my mutual that sent me a screenshot of the tweet. And then from there, it was just, it kept coming. I kept tweeting my thoughts, my experiences, and I saw that certain blogs, Instablog, Post Subman, Ninja PR, Port Harcourt Special, Yaba Left, they've all carried my tweets at one point or the other.
Now, how do you see your role as an influencer in today's society?
Well, when they talk about influencing, many people think it's just a content creation, publicity, relation, PR for brand and all that. But personally, for me, influencing goes beyond that. It's about creating impact and making people feel special in their own way. You get, we've attended several events in Port Harcourt here, hosted by Port Harcourt individuals. And I've come to realize that certain persons don't usually come out have started coming out of events. And in one of the events that we had last year, someone said to me that, Vivian, did you know that you are the reason why I came for this event? And that was the Port Harcourt football hangout, Port Harcourt X football, actually, that's the hashtag. Yeah. So I started getting that kind of remarks like, Vivian, I came out for this thing because of you. So I realized that if someone can actually come out because of me, and I'm not talking about just the other gender, I'm talking about both females, it shows that I am making people feel good and feel special in their own way and bold enough to want to come out and hang out with the rest of us in the community. So it's more than just being a publicity person and a content creator for me. Influencing is way beyond that.
Okay, now let me ask you, what responsibilities do you think or do you believe come with that title influencer? What responsibilities?
Okay, well, just like I said, it goes beyond publicity. Let me talk about, I don't really watch his videos. I don't really watch what he does. I don't follow up. But Very Dark Man is somebody that when you hear the name, you will know that he is somehow the voice of the people to a certain extent. So it's unfortunate that things are the way they are now. But so far, so good. We've had some incidences or occasions on Twitter when we've seen that people bring their issues to very dark man to solve for them. So yes, I think that is the responsibility of an influencer. And also, you have to be authentic. I see some handles, what they post on Twitter, it's like they don't do their research. They just want to trend. They just want to be on the trend table. But when you actually know what the role of an influencer is, you will know that it's beyond the clout. It's beyond the trend table. You actually have to give value. You actually have to make people know that whatever comes from your platform is real, is original, and is authentic. It's not just about trending.
So what are the most rewarding aspects of being a social media influencer for you personally? What are the rewarding aspects of it?
Okay, so personally, when I started Twitter, it was just about me posting my day-to-day experiences, my lifestyle, and the observations around my environment. But it got to a point where I needed to start a business because I wasn't employed, so I needed to employ myself. So I started my own business. And to be very honest with you, I think if I wasn't the way I was, if I hadn't gotten to the level I was as at when I started my business, I'm sure I would have struggled a lot. But based on the fact that I've been here, people know me, people trust me, and they look forward to whatever I have to offer. They look forward to patronizing it and giving me all the necessary support I needed. I mean, I've spoken to some solopreneurs in Port Harcourt hustling on social media, and they really tell me that I'm lucky, I'm privileged that I already have a good number of following and my mutuals are good. So I get to see that I am privileged. And secondly, recently I got an empowerment. Yeah, I got an empowerment for my business from the Commissioner for Health.
That's the former commissioner, immediate past commissioner for health.
Yes, before the sole administrator came in. So I made a tweet and I tagged her and some other persons because I was having some very serious power supply challenge. So I had to tag her to support me in getting a generator for my business, because the nature of my business requires at least 20 hours power supply, and I needed a backup generator. Unfortunately for me, my mutuals, Twitter people, they were just retweeting, quote tweeting, tagging her to the plea, and that was how it happened. I got a brand new generator, very clean generator. So I can say that I really benefited from it to a large extent, and I'm very, very grateful for her support and the support of everyone, every of my followers, all of them. I am so grateful for their support.
Okay, now my next question to you is, now with the rise of social media, now how do you think influencers are changing the way communities are formed online?
Oh, that's a very interesting question, because when you stay on Twitter for a very long time, you will see that it's not just about, nothing just happens. Nothing just happens. So influencers have moved the traditional way of forming communities into a different pattern. Communities are now formed around shared values and lifestyle. You can just, we have a tech community on social media. Once they notice that you are actually good at this tech stuff, you will see others that do what you do, follow you, engage you, and you are engaging back. We have lifestyle community. There's this person in Port Harcourt. He's a popular person in the party scene. When you want to talk about party in Port Harcourt, when you want to talk about event management, you will mention Uncle Osas, because everybody knows that this person is an event person. So you can see that everybody that is into events or has an event coming up would want to get in touch with Uncle Osas. It's a community. Unfortunately for some persons, I think they've misunderstood it, and they say that some people form cliques and some people have cartel. It's not just, it's not that is not really right, because people align with people that share the same values with them, that share the same goals with them. So yes, influencing is really going a long way in helping communities outside the traditional method. Because I mean, before now, it used to be go for events, go for weddings, and get to meet people, exchange contacts. But now you can just be in the comfort of your house, and somebody will tweet something that you agree with, and you are just following the person. And you never can tell. I mean, on social media, people get married.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Maybe you're prophesying something now.
Yes.
Okay, now, what approaches do you take to ensure that your content remains authentic and relatable to your audience?
Okay, right from the beginning, my content has always been about me, my environment, Port Harcourt, the challenges I've experienced in Port Harcourt, my observations about the traditions in Port Harcourt and all of that. So I think that was how I started getting Port Harcourt people to follow me. I noticed that the more I tweeted about Port Harcourt, the more people living in Port Harcourt followed me. So it made me realize that once you stay true to what you do, yes, people will be uncomfortable with some things that you tweet. Maybe you did not word it well, because sometimes I felt bad that, why are they dragging me now? What did I do? But at some point I've sat down to realize that, I actually didn't do anything wrong. The problem is that I did not word it very well. And sometimes, of course, some people just want to misunderstand you and just throw you. But once you remain authentic, like me, I try my best to remain authentic, tweet about my experiences, and hope that people that can relate will engage.
All right. Social media is a double-edged sword. Now, it has both negative and positive consequences. Now, what challenges have you faced in your journey, and how have you navigated them over the years?
Okay. Like they say on social media these days, agenda na orphan. You no get mama, you no get papa, anybody if you adopt them. And that is very, very true. That is one of the challenges that you will face as a social media influencer. You can just tweet something. Someone knows what you are saying, but they will choose. Everything about social media is choice. Despite the fact that they know right and wrong, it doesn't mean they will do right, and it doesn't mean they will do wrong. They don't owe you that. They can choose to do it. It's their phone, it's their data. And it's unfortunate, yes. Some people might see it that way, but that is what it is. So people can choose to push their own agenda based on your tweets. That's the downside of it. And the more you explain yourself, the more you fall into the pit, deeper and deeper and deeper. So most times you just have to tweet what you have to tweet. If you feel you should apologize, of course you apologize. If you don't feel you need to apologize, just give it time. It will come and it will phase out. But on the bright side of it, I stay open to learning. Social media have taught me a lot. I'm not going to lie you. I joined Twitter in, I think, 2020, after I finished from Uniport. That was when I joined Twitter. And I can tell you that since 2020 till now, I'm not the same person I used to be. I've learned a lot about people, things that I did not learn in the university, about how to speak to people, how to relate with people, how to network with people. You get? So yes, that's the bright side of it. You will grow. If you want to grow, actually, you will grow. Because I believe that despite there are some people that will tweet and you are correcting them. They will still keep that tweet. They will not delete it. So I believe that despite the surface level, no matter what you see on the surface, I want to believe that there is somebody sitting behind that phone telling themselves, I don't fuck up today. I'm not going to tweet this thing again. So I would like to believe that there are some people like that.
Now, let's look at something which is also important. How do you balance trends and your personal lifestyle, or let's say message, while creating your content? How are you able to balance trends, your personal lifestyle, or message when you're creating the content?
Okay, so the beauty of trends is that it helps you stay active.
Yeah.
Helps you connect with people that share same thoughts about a particular subject with you. For me, I don't really jump on existing trends, because I know that some of them are clickbait. They want to see what you have to say. for now. But when I joined Twitter, I used to jump on them. I'm not going to lie to you. I needed that clout, or I needed that attention. So I needed people to know that, okay, this is what I have to say about this. But now, where I am now, I don't jump on trends. However, I say what I have to say and try to remain authentic. I know that, okay, this is what someone is saying. If I say left, I will have the attention I need to. People will jump on my tweets. People will actually finish me and drag me, and some people will go as far as following me. But then I know that I don't have to go left. I have to go right, because that's the kind of following I've built. People follow me because of my authenticity. And then if I start going left, I will attract the people I am not supposed to attract to follow me. So that is how I try to balance my trend and my personal style and message. I stay authentic. I stay true to what I do and what I want to say.
All right. Now, what advice would you give to someone looking to cultivate a positive online presence while navigating potential negativity?
Oh, that's good. That's a very good one. I like it. Okay, so I just want my listeners to know that I graduated from the University of Port Harcourt, Department of Theatre and Film Studies. So in theatre arts, there's something called the orchestra. In film, it's called music, sound. So the very first day I learned about music, sound, orchestra in class, my lecturer defined music and orchestra in a way that I had to take one thing out of it. He said, music is noise. I was expecting music is a pleasant sound or something. He said, music is noise. And then I went home, I had to research noise. And I found out that everything we hear is actually noise. And one day I was reading the Bible, the part of Jesus and Peter walking on water. And I realized that when Jesus was telling Peter to stay focused, it was him telling Peter, shut out the noise. Do not pay attention to the noise, because everything around you is noise. So I want to tell whoever is listening to this and whoever intends to come on social media and be an influencer tomorrow, to first of all know that everything is noise. You pick out the one that you find interesting, the one that you feel you need to know, the one that you feel will help you grow. You pick them out and shut out every other noise. Even your tweets, your own personal tweets, it's noise.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's noise. So sometimes you even have to shut your own tweets. Like, just keep quiet. There's this thing they say on Twitter, Zukwanike. Zukwanike.
For those who don't understand,
yes, for
it
those
actually
who
means for you to rest.
Yes, rest.
Yeah.
Shut your own noise. Shut it out.
Now, in what ways do you think influencers can contribute positively to important social issues and movements?
Okay, well, I think influencers can contribute by raising awareness. Yesterday, I think it's still until now, or it ended yesterday, I don't know, because Sundays are usually very interesting on Twitter. There is this issue of dating a 17 years old, 18 years old. So issues like that come up. Feminism, sexual harassment, bigotry, misogynist, and all of that. Now, as an influencer, you just have to help the right people, help the truth to go out there. Despite the fact that in today's society, it's unfortunate, especially on social media, that people have decided to misunderstand the real concept of feminism. We can never, ever, ever, ever deny or ridicule the importance of feminism if you actually know what feminism really stands for and what they have achieved over the centuries, over the years. So, if you know that in all truth and honesty, without fear or favor, feminism is good, as an influencer, you have to throw light on that and let people know that feminism is actually good, despite the fact that people have twisted it on social media. So that is one of the things. Create awareness, educate people. So there is this guy that I admire on social media, despite the fact that we are not followers, but sometimes his tweets comes to my timeline and I find them interesting. Daniel Rega, he says what he wants to say. He educates people, he criticizes people. Everybody except himself anyway. But I would like to think he criticizes himself as well privately. Yes, I would like to think that. So yes, educate people. Say what you have to say. Criticize respectfully. And give audience to smaller voices. I think there was a time on Twitter when some people were saying the verified handles were not engaging the non-verified handles and all of that.
I think there's always something to say.
There's always something to say on Twitter. So give people. I mean, there's no voice that is actually a small voice on Twitter. Like in reality, there's no voice that's actually a small voice. But Twitter, the numbers on Twitter present them to be small. Because, I mean, you have 1 million followers and I have 2,000 followers. Even if I have a mansion somewhere, even if I have businesses everywhere, I am small on Twitter. So, in honesty, there is no small voice. But when we say small voice in quotes, the small voices on Twitter, give them the voice.
Okay, let me ask you this very personal question. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the pressures of social media? If so, how did you cope with those feelings?
I don't know if I would say I felt overwhelmed though, because in honesty, I think I felt underwhelmed.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have at some point, not now though, at some point. I never joined Twitter to become popular. I just wanted to join somewhere and just be expressing myself and be tweeting whatever comes to my mind, whatever I want to add out there, like whatever I want to say, because I'm not always open to people. So I felt Twitter was where I could rant or say whatever I want to say and learn whatever I want to learn. So I got to start doing what I wanted to do, tweet my tweets, and people started bringing screenshots to my WhatsApp, including my sister, to my WhatsApp. Oh, this blog carried you. Oh, this blog carried you. And I felt really bad. At the beginning, I was feeling bad, like, can't somebody just say what they want to say and let everybody just rest? Why will you just carry their content like that? And to be very honest, now I tell people, focus on what you can control and forget about what you cannot control. So I had to focus on what I could control. Okay, they are carrying me. People are following me. No wahala. I will accept it. I will accept the clout. At least I know I'm going to use it for something later. And I realized that people are actually making money on this app. They all contacted me for a gig. I said, people are actually making money here. So I think from there it has been very, very stressful. Right? Let me know. So I've only felt underwhelmed. I've not really felt overwhelmed, to be very honest with you.
Now, before I ask you my last question, I would ask you this. Now, social media is evolving every day. Now, how do you adapt your strategies to stay relevant and engage with your audience?
I try as much as I can to stay flexible.
Okay.
Because if you follow the rules on Twitter, the agendas that come up every day, you might get lost. And at the same time, you might either get lost or you will stay behind. So I try as much as I can to stay flexible. If it's politics that they are discussing, if I am interested in the conversation, I will engage. If it's relationship, if I am interested in it, I engage. So I maintain flexibility. I don't try to be too straightforward. I bend a little when I have to bend. And just make sure that whatever I put out there, somebody somewhere can relate to what I have to say and not misunderstand me. Because I don't like being misunderstood, even if I can't control it.
Okay. Yeah. Now, my final question to you. What is your vision for your influence on social media? What legacy do you hope to create?
I've never thought about this kind of question
Oh,
in my
really?
entire life. But I'll try my best to answer. So, like I mentioned earlier, I do have a business,
Yeah.
Vichy Natural. It's registered with CAC.
Oh, that means aside social media, you do other things
Yes,
too.
of course.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm a solopreneur. I'm an Igbo girl now. Of course, I have to hustle now. Abba. So, yes.
So how do you find time between running your business and being an influencer on social media?
Flexibility. I try as much as I can to be flexible enough to make time for everything. But I do have a business on social media. Let me go straight to your question.
Okay.
I do have a business on social media, Vichy Naturals, and it deals on natural drinks and tiger nuts, zobo, fruit juices, and all. Now, I think my legacy would be one. I have to.
Because of time.
Yes, so one now would be to start a business that when people hear that business on social media, on Twitter in Port Harcourt, they will know that it's a trusted brand. Then two, like I said, I want people to be comfortable, to feel good about themselves, and to feel special. We have our events in Port Harcourt. Whatever events that I happen to publicize or I happen to share on my timeline, I want to share it in a way that people will know that whatever you have to wear at home, whatever you can afford to wear at home, wear it and come. We are not here to make you feel down. We are here to party with you, enjoy with you, and share the community with everybody that we can share it with. You know, that sense of community, that is what I want. That is what I desire, because there's too many people are depressed, but we don't even know. So sometimes people need to come out in their joggers and just hang out with people in their palm slippers and have a memorable time and forget about their sorrows, or at least pause them and then go back to them later, because you cannot run away from your problems.
Vivian Chikodi Ihezue, thank you for joining me on the show today.
You're welcome. I am so glad to be here.